Yeah. Good looking out there. Yeah. Ha, it's Flav, you heard? It's Flav. Check it, I had to get what I earned. It's my turn. Welcome to the show. It's Trenton's Tavern. Yeah. Ha, that's how we doing it. Welcome to the show, y'all. Enjoy.
All right, we in here. Episode 27. As you guys can see, I am not alone. I'm with my man Red.
Going down.
He's all in red today. So, you heard? Blood gang. Nah, this is my man Red. Say what up to the people.
What's going on, folks? Here in the tavern.
Word in the tab, yo. We back in this joint, yo. So listen. First of all, y'all know how I get down. Let me just set the mood. You guys know how I do. Set the mood real quick. No. You know I'm setting the mood. Not for me and him.
Right, no. It's not happening.
But no, it's not like that. Oh, y'all know what? Y'all know how I get down when I do this. I gotta tell y'all my updates. So right now, as I'm looking at it, I got 342 subscribers, yo. That's beautiful because I wanted to get to 350 by the end of April. It's only a week into April, so I'm way ahead of the curve. I want to thank you guys for all your support. I want to thank you for word of mouth, and y'all got to continue to tell people I'm trying to reach 1,000, and then we could just float from there. But 1,000 by the summer. Well, actually, I'm trying to get 500 by my birthday, which is in July, and then 1,000 by December. Going into the new year, I want 1,000, you know what I mean? And then, you know, we just gonna take off from there. But thank you guys so much for all of the support and everything thus far. Yeah, thank you guys for that. This is gonna be episode 27. And this will probably be like a 3-part episode because he got so much he want to talk about. But we just gonna jump right into it because I told y'all I'm trying to keep it a little short because my joints be long. But if it's long today, I don't care because I let my guests do what they want to do. If they want to talk forever, we just talk forever. So we gonna jump right into this joint, and this is gonna be topic of the day. This is episode 27, right? So when he hit me up, he had, like I said, he had probably 3 or 4 things that he wanted to talk about, and I was like, let's just break them up, you know what I mean, so we could like keep this going. So today's topic is gonna be pretty much on interracial dating and stuff like that, you know what I mean, just stuff with different races, because as you can see, he's a mixed breed. So
I am.
What are you?
I am. My dad was white, my mom is black.
Your dad is white, your mom's black. All right, so he grew up a little different.
No, I didn't grow up that. So here's the interesting backstory. Like a lot of people, I don't know my dad. I call my grandfather dad. That's who raised me.
Okay.
So mom was at work. I was always with the grandparents. I do not know the white side of my family. I've never met any of them my whole life. I know what the man's name is. I tried to I hired a private investigator and tried to find him. I did find, it was a lady, and the sad thing is I can't even remember her name. Turned out to be his sister. Now, to her credit, you know, she let me in her house. We sat down and talked. Long story short, his family was racist as hell. So the fact that he had got a black girl pregnant, they wasn't gonna roll. They wasn't gonna have it. Okay. So he purposely, you can call it abandonment, you can call it him shucking his responsibility. He just wasn't gonna deal with it. Yeah. He might have if he'd have known, because evidently he was definitely the dominant gene.
Yeah, that's a
so
fact.
Yeah, but that's the way it was. So I was with my grandparents for the majority of my childhood. That's who took care of me.
Okay.
Was my grandparents.
See, I didn't know that. Me and Red just met probably 2 months ago at Robbie's birthday party. But when we met,
shouts out to Whit.
Yeah, word. Shouts out to Hot. But when we met, we like, it was like immediately like I was like, I felt like I known him as long as I've known Robbie. You know what I mean? So that's why we teaming up today. So I'm learning new stuff about Duke just like y'all are today. You know what I mean? So I guess we can just well, first of all, you can introduce yourself and tell the people about you a little bit, which you already just did, kind of.
Well, I go by the nickname Red. I've had that nickname ever since I was about 16. I got it in high school. My government name is Taylor. I ain't gonna tell you my last name, but
Yeah,
it's Taylor.
yeah,
but everybody calls me Red. I'm a regular dude. I'm a single dad with 3 kids. I'm a supervisor at my job. Not gonna tell y'all where I work either, but I am a supervisor, and I'm just I'm a regular guy. I put my pants on one leg at a time like everybody else. I go to work. I pay my bills. I take care of my kids, and that's it. There's really nothing exciting about. I'm probably the definition of boredom. If you look up boredom, plain, or like some of these kids out here today, square. I don't even know if they still say square.
Yeah, they do.
Okay, so yeah, you would probably say I'm a square.
All right,
that's it.
Cool though.
Yeah, that's it. I don't do too much.
Your kids, what you got?
Boys? I got a boy and 2 girls.
Wow.
Boy and 2 girls. My son will be 20 this year. One daughter, she'll turn 15, and then the other one will be 14.
Okay.
So
it's not too bad then.
No,
at least you got one boy out of it.
Yeah, he's done. He's
done.
He's Last good. Child support payment and everything.
That's a fact.
Yeah, he's done.
Word. All right, you from Ohio, right?
Yes, sir. Born and raised. Columbus, born and raised.
Cool. All right, so that's my man Red. So we just about to get into this little, we gonna freestyle this joint, but we just made a layout, you know what I mean? So I know what we want to talk about. So the first thing that I wanted to ask was, have you ever been in an interracial relationship?
So if you go by the definition of relationship, I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
I will say I was in an interracial situation.
Okay. Which is, there's differences.
There's different. We was cuddy buddies. I had met a young lady. She was going through a divorce. She was basically looking for some fun. When I met her, I was 21, 22.
Okay.
And at that time in my life, the way I was living and the things I was doing, that was cool. I didn't want no relationship. So it worked out, and it lasted for about 6 months, and then we just went our separate ways. Wasn't no ill feelings or nothing like that. It was just a fun little situation.
Okay, now was she older than you, or same age, or younger?
She was about 5 years older than me.
And you said you was how old?
I was 22.
You was 22, so she got married young.
She did.
She had to,
which I think was part of the problem.
Yeah, had to.
Yeah.
Okay.
She said her and hers, it was her high school sweetheart. They had got married literally right out of high school.
Yeah. See, I don't know too much. Like, my little brother just got married. I think he'll be 23 this year.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? So him and his wife are really young. I'm praying for the best for him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I just think that it's just a certain time in life. Like, I guess when you know. But
that's what they say.
That's what they say. But I guess to me, there's a certain time in life when it's just like, you know what I mean? Like, all right, now I'm at the age where I feel like I need to get married, blah, blah, blah.
I think there are some people who look at it that way. I do think there are some like you to where it's like, or what we hear people say, like, if you know, then you go ahead and grab it.
Right. Then
I think you might have people on the other side of the spectrum like me. Like, I don't necessarily believe in marriage.
Really?
No, I believe it now. Because I'm gonna make some people upset. Let me explain for y'all. Before y'all try to come at him in the comments, let me explain what I mean by that. I'm not saying I don't believe in being with one person and necessarily, and having a life partner.
Mm-hmm.
I do not believe in the contract of marriage.
The signage.
Because when you break down and look at it, it's a contract.
Yeah,
and I have a friend who recently went through this. Him and his wife, they've been together almost 20 years. Now, they got married young too.
Mm-hmm.
I went to high school with both of them. Got married young. Been together almost 20 years. They decided they want a divorce. He didn't cheat. She didn't cheat. He wasn't whooping her ass. Nobody was a crackhead or nothing. There wasn't no problems. It's a thing that happens. Some people you grow apart.
Yeah.
You fall out of love. They go to the hearing where they think they're getting ready to get everything finalized. The judge looks at both of them. Says, you know what? Because of the way you two have spoken of each other today, I don't think y'all really want to get divorced. So y'all gonna go to marriage. Y'all gonna go to marriage counseling for 6 months, and then you're gonna come back and see me and see where we at. I have a problem with that.
Yeah.
If I'm with somebody for a certain amount of time and I'm ready to be done, shouldn't no stranger be allowed to look at me and be like,
nah,
you're gonna go home to this motherfucker for another 6 months. I'm not with that. I think two people, if they make a grown decision, regardless whether they think about it or hell, even if it's in haste, if you want to go, you should be allowed to go.
Yeah, no, that's a fact.
And I don't think no stranger should be allowed to look at the stuff that you've done in your private lives and be allowed to make that type of decision for you. Like he Jesus. I don't believe in that.
Yeah.
And that is my problem. That is my only problem with marriage.
Yeah.
I'm down with the vows, all that, love, obey, respect, all that's well and good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe that no stranger.
Paper sign.
Yeah, it's a contract.
Contract. Yeah, it is. It turns.
Want to be all the way real with it? It can be, depending on the situation. Shit, it can be legalized extortion.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. I mean, it's just the way that you think about it.
It can.
You know what? I never even did my homework on as to why you have to sign a marriage license, because I as far as I'm concerned, like, I don't know if it's in the Bible or not, but as far as I'm concerned, it's like once the Rev marry y'all and y'all just go, y'all exchange, rings. It's like, shouldn't it be over right there? Like, why? It should be over right there. Like, you done made your vows in front of God.
It should.
You know what I mean? Like, do what you got to do. I never understood the marriage license.
I think the reason, and this, I ain't even gonna call this an educated guess. It's just a guess. I think part of the reason it's done that way, because let's say you get married, you have a housewife, you pretty much, you foot the bill for everything. Mm-hmm. Then for whatever reason, you want to leave that chick, you might have met somebody, doesn't matter what happens. You can't just leave her hanging if she's devoted her life.
Right.
You do owe her something.
Yeah,
now we might disagree what the percentage is.
Yeah.
But you do owe that person something, and I do agree with that. I don't have a problem with that. But I think that's why they make you sign something, because once you put your name on that paper, it's official.
It's official.
I know. I got plenty of cats and homies who they've been with a girl 5, 6, 7, 8, some 10 years, got kids and everything. They call her wifey. They ain't been to no church. Right. They ain't been to no justice of the peace.
Right.
They don't even wear rings. They just been together so long
that they call them.
That's what they call each other. And in Ohio, common law don't apply here no more.
Right.
So they can bounce when they want to bounce. There's no contract. Just hopefully, if you got somebody in a situation like that, he's gonna do the right thing and break her off the way she should. Especially if he was taking care of her and she's holding down the home, he doing this. You owe that person something.
Right.
Because they did. They gave up. They sacrificed part of their life, their dreams, whatever, to be with you. So you owe them something.
Yeah.
We just get caught up in what the something is, and I kind of understand it, because sometimes that something is a lot. Everybody ain't like what's your boy, Amazon. Everybody can't give away Bezos. Everybody can't give away. What he lose? 300-400 million, and still a damn billionaire.
Nah, he left. He had to give her like $3 billion.
And he's still a billionaire.
Yeah, because
let that sink in.
He's worth like 37.
I'm just saying, but let that sink in.
Or it was half of it.
Let that sink in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you you gonna take this $3 billion. I'm gonna give you these houses.
Yeah, she won.
They both won to a degree.
I mean, if you want to say like,
I'm gonna say he lost only in the aspect of, I think his wife looked better than.
Oh yeah,
that man he got now.
Yeah.
I know she looked like a dude. Yeah. I think his wife looked better than what he replacing her with. But everybody ain't like that. Everybody ain't like Tiger Woods, where you can lose 60, 70, 80 million dollars and still be okay.
That's a fact.
That's just the reality of the situation. But see, this is what makes me kind of hypocritical before we jump off this topic.
Yeah,
because I got my problems with marriage, but I'm also a firm believer in, I think everybody should have a prenup.
Really?
I think the only time you shouldn't have a prenup, like when you and her first meet, if both of y'all poor, and then everything both of y'all get, if y'all build that shit up together, then it's different.
Okay.
But if I meet you, let's say I'm already worth 10 million.
Yeah.
We have our run. Let's say it don't work. You decide to leave, or I say I don't want to be here. Now, me being the type of person I am, I'm gonna break you off something. As long as it's an amicable split, I'm gonna break you off something. But I don't think you should automatically be entitled to half
of what
what the fuck I worked for before you got here.
No, I understand that as well.
And I do. I think all people, like I said, unless both of y'all are poor going in. If both of y'all poor going in?
Yeah, if I agree. If both of y'all poor going into it and then y'all build up an empire, then things end up not working.
Right.
As with money comes power and all types of other stuff, you know what I mean? So both of y'all gonna be getting attention, unwanted attention,
right?
Because you done came up. Now, if both of y'all build that empire, I feel like boom, halfway through the marriage, it's like, all right, this ain't gonna work. You take half because we built it. I take half. Cool. But if you meet me and I'm worth 10 mil and you not worth 100,000 or whatever, like you shouldn't be able to get my I shouldn't have to give you 5 mil to leave me.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I've worked for that 10 mil.
Yeah.
No, I agree about that. I'm not even on front. Okay. All right. So the next thing that we wanted to talk about as far as interracial relationships was, he said he wanted to know, and I agree with him on the question. He said he wanted to know, why is it that when a black guy sees a black woman with a white one, or when a black guy sees a black woman with a white guy, he has an issue with it. But they be the same ones that they've either messed with a white girl before, or they have them on the side, you know what I mean? Or they actually in a relationship with one too, you know what I mean? So that's what the question. So that's what we're gonna delve into right now. Now, here's the thing. I think I've been with 2 white girls in my life.
Okay.
Both mad young. Like, I don't even know if you can really. Matter of fact, I only had 1 white girlfriend when I was like maybe 13 or something. Okay. You know what I mean? But it wasn't really nothing. That was way back when I was living in New York. And I've messed around with another one. But that's it. Okay. But I mean, and that only happened one time. Okay. Back when I was young as well. Okay. So I don't understand the whole, like, the black guys feeling some type of way towards white guys. You know what I mean? Like, when they see a black woman. I think a lot of it is just like some intimidation type stuff. Because what's the difference? Like what's the big problem with a white woman being with a black woman being with a white guy?
I don't think there should be one. I think, and it's funny how it's looked at from both sides, because I've heard some black women say when they see a sister with a white guy, it's normally always one of 2 things: money, or she's tired of us in general.
Yeah.
So she just went.
So
the other
who made
side.
her mad?
Right.
Yeah.
And I'll be the first to admit, both of those situations can be true. Right. I don't think that's the end all be all, and we should put everything under that stereotype and say this is the cause of it. I think there are some to where I think some people just have preferences. And whatever your preference is, you should be allowed to pursue that. I don't have a problem with that. Well, first of all, being mixed, I would be the biggest fucking hypocrite in the world.
That's a fact.
If I did have a problem.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer in you like who you like. I don't have a problem with people liking who you like. Black, white, Asian, Puerto Rican, don't matter. Whatever. Don't matter to me. Yeah. I don't like how it's just this double-sidedness, and it comes from our side. I hate to say it does. It does. Because it comes from our side. It doesn't really come from them, at least sometimes not so much in a public way. But it comes from our side, and I don't understand the big disconnect. Like, fellas get mad about it. Then you hear on the flip side of it, women will get mad about it because they say there's such a shortage of the good black men out here.
Black men, right.
You know. So then you got people, and then you got the other side of the spectrum, and you got people who've been hurt both ways. Like Dennis Rodman. He's a terrible example, but he went on the record with his shit. You know, he said he didn't date black women because when he was in high school, when he was in college, he said all the black chicks said he was ugly. Well, none of them fuck with him. Now, they may have been right because he is an ugly dude.
Yeah, he is ugly.
But they wouldn't mess with him. He found a girl who liked him. Now, that's who he married. That's who he had them kids with. Even though they got divorced, that's not matter. He doesn't talk to black women now for that very same reason. Because in his mind, it's like, okay, I got money. I got this, and this. Now you want to talk to me. So he chooses to ignore his race. Now, I don't agree with that. Right. But I understand.
Right.
That's the only thing I have a problem when it comes to anybody. I have a problem with people who refuse to date their own race. Don't get me wrong. We can do this podcast today. You might leave here. With everything going on in the world, you can't really go nowhere. But you might be at the carry out or something, running to Becky with the good hair. She might have a fat ass, might catch your eye. Yeah. That might end up being somebody you ride with for a long time. That don't mean you said fuck you to the sisters. I just happened to meet somebody I liked.
Yeah, when I look at it, it's like this. I've never seen color, race, or nothing like that as far as it coming to women. Like, I love all women. You know what I mean? Like, if you have the features that I like, which is most of the time, like most guys, a pretty face with a nice sized chest and a nice sized ass, or one or the other, you know what I mean? Like, and your personality fits with what I'm looking for.
Right.
It's like, I'm willing to. Now, it's not a lot of white women. I don't live in a world where I have to come in contact with a lot of white women. You know what I mean? Like, so, I mean, if I see them out or so, I might just give them a glance, but I've never ever been like, oh, nah, I gotta go chase her down, you know what I mean? Like, but it's like, if one of them just happened to come across and, you know what I mean, as long as I'm single, like, she trying to date, I would be open-minded to try it, but see, that comes with a lot of other stuff, you know what I mean? Like, only for the simple fact that I understand that she's into me, but along with her comes her family as well.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. And that's the only reason I kind of stay away from interracial relationships, because especially when it comes to like white women, like, and not just white women, because I mean, I would date Asian, I would date like a Latino, a Spanish chick, like, but again, you have to understand, you have to think about what comes along when you start dating them. You know what I mean? Like, what is all of the issues that you're gonna have when you start dating out of your race? Because if you're not black, it's not really a lot of people outside of black people doing their history about black history.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, to see where we came from, why we are as angry as we are, what we've been putting up with for all of our lives, and the discrimination, and how hard it is for us, and how we at the bottom of the totem and we got to work our way up if we not going to be an athlete or a rapper. You know what I mean? Like everybody ain't like that. All black people aren't the same. And I think like the whole, like, a lot of white people, when they see us, they just think it's like, they see us as what the media portrays us as.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just thugs and bums and blah, blah, blah. And to me, all of that's a mindset. You know what I mean? Like, and that's how you carry yourself. You carry yourself as if, you know, if you think you a bum, that's how you're going to carry yourself. You're going to act like a bum. If you think you a thug, you're going to carry yourself like that. Period, point blank. But there's definitely sophisticated and smart ass black people in the world.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? It is. But number one, if you dating outside of your race, you have, like, if I do date outside of my race, I have to have somebody that's going to be willing to eat. If they don't already know, they're gonna have to be willing to go deep and dive and see, like, oh, this is the pain that he's been through. You know what I mean? Like, this is what it feels like. This is what it feels like to be with a black person, or the closest thing to being a black person is me being with one. You know what I mean? So you got to understand a lot. That's why I never like got into it, because I don't feel like I don't have the time to be teaching somebody a history, you know what I mean, all over again.
Okay.
Every time. Fair. You know what I mean? That's why I haven't got into them. And I think that's probably why black dudes do what they do. Like, they try to hassle white guys when they talking to a chick or something. But I salute them, because if white guys are taking on a black woman, yeah, you're fighting an uphill battle as well, and you're choosing to do that. So it's not, if I see an interracial couple, well, I'm not gonna be like, you don't know what to do with that, blah blah blah. Like, I'm not gonna do all of that. That's just ignorant. It is. And it's like, that's just what she want. I know black girls that won't date nothing but white men, which, again, I don't condone that whatsoever. Right. You know what I mean? But I can't also, I'm not them, so I don't know why that is, because there's always some type of reason behind it.
So I got two stories. So I got a partner. He gonna remain nameless. We gonna call him D. Now D, and I've known D. I'm 41. I've known D since I was 20. D, ever since I've known him, all he has dated is white women. He will not date a black woman.
Is he black?
Yes.
Okay.
He's darker than you.
Okay.
I ain't gonna say it's funny. It's funny to me because I know his family. But his reason for not dating one is because of how his mother treated his father. And he came from a 2-parent home. His His parents are still married to this. They've been married like almost fucking 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
But his reasoning is because the way his mother treated his father and the way his two older sisters treated the men in their life.
Mm-hmm.
In his mind, those 3 black women that he grew up with,
Gonna do this. Yeah.
that's how all black women are.
Yeah.
And he came out and said, I ain't got time for it.
That's
and he
a
said,
fact.
I'm not gonna deal with it.
That's a fact. See, and that's the thing though.
But see, now, here's my issue. Here's why I have a problem with it. Because you're denying your own race. Mm-hmm. Even if I understand, and don't get me wrong, them 3 women he talking about, and I know all 3 of them personally. If y'all see this, hi, love you all. They hell.
Yeah.
They hell. And I got to say, his dad got to be the most patient man in America to deal with that woman. Deal with that woman. But it's just like you were saying earlier, his dad chose to be in that relationship, chose to stay in that relationship. Because here's the thing, and D was the baby out of all the kids. So it's like, hey, once you hit 19 or 20, he could have bounced if he wanted to. You know, he still had some pep in his step. He could have found somebody else.
Yeah.
But he loved that woman. He chose to stay with that woman and honor that woman. I have a problem with D denying his own race because you can't base your whole race off of 3 people.
Women. Yeah.
Especially if you ain't never, and like he's never even attempted. It'd be different if he had like some of his own, not that I would still agree with it, but if at least that he tried some, okay, fine. You gave it a shot. Whatever. But to not even try because you assume that everybody's going to be like them 3, I think that's fucked up, and I think it's kind of a travesty. Now, before you come back in, my brother, my baby brother, shout out to Jamel, my baby brother, he's got a little bit more of a tan than me. Mm-hmm. We don't have the same dad. We got the same mom. My brother was born in Waverly, Ohio.
Okay.
To a guy, Mr. Ryder.
I don't even know where Waverly is.
It's in between, so if you go 23 south, it's in between Chillicothe and Portsmouth. Like if you was going towards West Virginia. It's about an hour and 45-minute drive from where we're at right now.
All right.
So, but now, my brother's father has 18 brothers and sisters. My brother's father's parents, they were true country parents. They got married, I think like when they was like 19 or 20 and was together for like 60, 70 years.
In a barn or something?
I don't know if they got married in a barn. They lived in a trailer. It was a renovated trailer. They had it stretched out. They had the double wide down. They had the double wide going before it became famous. It was a nice trailer. I've been there. It was nice. But they had 18 kids. And here's why I bring that up. And down there, Waverly ain't no bigger than your iPad. So, and the majority of those 18 kids all live there in that town. So my brother, it ain't that he didn't want to date a black woman. He couldn't.
He didn't know nothing.
He couldn't because all the black people in that town, nigga, that's your cousin.
Yeah.
You can't go fuck your cousin.
Right.
So he had to go
the
other way. He actually never even dated a black woman until he came home from the army and was home for a couple years. He finally dated one. But for the longest time, that's all he dated because he was in the mindset, this is literally all I know. Because you got to think about you in this small ass little country town. You don't never go nowhere.
Yeah.
You know, holidays, you come up to Columbus, kick it with the grandparents. Then you back down here. You know, he growing up, he a man. And, you ain't supposed to keep your dick in a mason jar. You got to grow up. You got to experience stuff. But he could only experience it with white folks.
Right.
Ain't no other. There's no real black people in Portsmouth, none in Ironton or anything like that. Him to go find a black person, he got to come back up here to Columbus or go to West Virginia because that's basically what he was in the middle of.
So his both of his parents was black.
Funny thing, I think the reason he has a tan is because his father was mixed.
His father was mixed.
His father was mixed with black and white. My dad was just straight white.
Okay.
He was Irish. My dad was Irish and Italian.
Okay.
His dad.
Where the rag comes from.
Yeah. His dad, and actually his dad's probably the color of this thing here. His dad was mixed.
Okay.
And his dad's parents, they're also mixed.
Okay. All right.
So Just saying, that's all. So that's not him ignoring his race.
Yeah,
that's just him. I'm not ignoring nobody. I'm working with. This is the pool I'm in. Yeah. This is all I got the choice of. This is where I'm gonna go.
I mean, sometimes I just believe that there's the different circumstances for every single situation.
There are.
You know what I mean? But I don't feel like that gives black guys the right to hassle white dudes when they, you know what I mean? Like, that's like a short dude bagging a tall chick. You know what I mean? Like, you
can't be mad at that motherfucker.
You can't be mad because he got the baddest chick in the room and he 5'5". You know what I mean? Like, it's just what it is. You know what I mean? Like, just let him live. Like, it is what it is. Like, I don't know, but I don't know. Every situation is different, and unless you're going to try to get to know that couple to find out why they dating each other, which ain't nobody going to do that. No. I just say mind your business. You know what I mean? Like, they ain't hurting me at all. No. Like, that's not my life I have to live, so it is what it is. Yo, stop hassling interracial couples, yo. Leave it alone. It's nasty, yo. Just stop doing it. All right, so So this next one is not completely about interracial relationships. This is just speaking on getting racism from both sides. You know what I mean? So you're not black enough to be black, but you're not white enough to be white. Like, I don't know how that goes. I never had to put up with it, but you can expound on that one.
So for me, in middle school, I went to an all-black middle school, Sunshine Christian Academy. If anybody from Columbus, y'all know where Sunshine Christian Academy is, out there on Mock Road. You know what's up. It was an all-black middle school. And yes, I was the white kid, as far as they knew, in the school, until they saw my grandparents. And then even when they saw my grandparents, you know, they used to make little jokes like I was motherfucking kidnapped or something. It's the kind of friends I had, you know, but never bothered me. The true wake-up call came when I got to high school. I did my first 3 years of high school. I went to St. Charles Prep School. So basically it's college prep, Catholic school. All white people. I can count the number of black people I had in my class on both these hands. Just in the freshman class. And I'll never forget the first day, get there. And I knew a couple of people because a couple of the guys from Sunshine had went up there. And we go to lunch. And I ain't gonna lie. It looked like a segregation room from one of them 60s, like one of them 60s movies. You had all the white people taking up damn near every table in the lunchroom. Then you had a group of about 12 of us over here in this one table, in the corner, in the cut.
I went to a Catholic school when I was a kid in New York, back in New York.
No shit.
No lie.
And the funny thing was when I went, I think most of the white kids there, they just assumed I was white.
Yeah.
So at lunchtime, and I had met this one guy. I'm not friends with him now. You know, people grow up and just drift. It was a guy named Sam. I was pretty cool with. Go to lunch. Sam was like, "Hey, come sit over here." I said, "No, I'm gonna go sit over here with my homie." I said,
"Was he black or white?"
Sam was white. The homie I was going to sit with was black.
Okay.
And it was funny because Sam looked at me and he said, "Well, why are you going to sit over there?" I'm like, "Well, why wouldn't I?" I said, "All of y'all are sitting together." And he looked at me and he was like, "What do you mean all of y'all?" I said, "Sam." I swear to God, this is the actual conversation that happened. I said, "Sam." I said, "What is it do you think?" I said, "What do you think I am?" He said, "What do you mean?" I said, "You have a problem with me going to sit with the black folks." I said, "So there's only two ways this can be explained. You're either racist or you don't know the origin of my background." He was like, "Well, what you mean? Ain't you white?" I said, "No, I'm not." I said, "I'm half of y'all."
Yeah.
I said, my mother is their complexion. And then I said, one of the dudes over there is my cousin. I'm going to go sit over there.
Yeah.
And from that day forth, for a while, Sam kept his distance because I think in his own way, Sam became a little bit enlightened.
Yeah.
Because it's like he had a racist reality check.
Yeah.
Because he didn't speak to me for about 2 months. And we was on the football team together and everything. And he came up to me one day. He was like, he's like, "I want to apologize to you he said, that came off racist." And he said, "I'm not like that. I didn't mean to say that." He said, I said, "Sam is cool." I said, "I don't think you're racist." I said, "You might be ignorant.
Yeah.
You're not racist." I said, but I told him, I said, "What you need to take away from this," and I said, "I don't know what you say in y'all circles, but if you have a black friend or if you get a black friend ever again in life, you need to understand, we come in all shades, dog. Like white people, y'all just white."
Yeah.
I said, let's just put it. There's two different types of white. You got regular white, which kind of looks like me. Then you got that Casper pale shit. That's it. There's no more. There's no other barometer.
Well, what is Donald Trump? He orange.
That nigga, listen, that dude there, man. We gonna get back to that in a minute. Fucking pumpkin seed.
Orange is this.
He just got here and say he this color right there. But I told him, I said, you got black people. I said, you got some that's gonna look like me. You got some that's gonna be brown.
Mm-hmm.
I said, you got some that's gonna be as black as your notebook. We're a huge, beautiful race, man.
Yeah.
I said, I thank you for apologizing because that shows you're not like some of these other people. And it was funny. So I did my first 3 years at St. Charles. I had to do my senior year at Walnut Ridge. There was a problem with the tuition. So now I go to this private, uniform, buttoned up, real tight-lipped Catholic school, which was an all-boys school, by the way. That's another topic for another day. Go to Ridge, public school. Shouts out to Walnut Ridge, the Scots, anybody who's been there. You know, it's public, predominantly black. And I get there, I didn't know too many people there. So my first day, it was somewhat of a culture shock.
Yeah.
Because I never had a problem dealing with black people or mingling or fitting in.
Yeah.
My first day there was some black kids, like, they didn't want to talk to me. They thought I was white.
Yeah.
Just didn't want to fuck with me.
Yeah.
I had a homie on the basketball team, my homie Reese. If it wouldn't have been for Reese, who I went to church with when we was kids, because he was actually a year behind me. He was a junior, I'm a senior. Had it not been for Reese, a lot of people at that school wouldn't have fucked with me.
Yeah, probably not.
So it's a real fucked up dynamic to literally feel like you don't belong nowhere.
Nowhere. That's
the part that really, it makes you question yourself, because you look at yourself like, is there something wrong with me?
Yeah.
It's like, I look like this, okay, they don't want to talk to me. This is me.
Yeah.
They don't want to fuck with me either.
Yeah.
It's like, where the fuck do I go?
No, those was good examples, because like I said, I never had to deal with it, but when you go into a Catholic school, private school, that's probably more uppity kids, you know what I mean?
And it was.
That's the more richer kids or whatever. So boom, you put in this situation and you like, well, you know what I mean? Now I got to teach these white kids that I'm part of them, but I'm also black. And then you go to Ridge, which is not so uppity.
No.
And that's
No.
straight hood. And it's like, now the black people don't want to mess with you because you know what I mean? Because they think that you just all white.
Right.
It's just really weird. I don't understand. Now, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Before I forget. Do you think people are born racist, or do you think they're taught racist?
It's taught.
Okay.
It's taught.
And that's what I believe.
Yeah,
that's what I believe, because if you've seen the plethora of friends that I have, or the plethora of people that I be around, you would be like, how do you maneuver like this? Like, I have all types of different white friends. I have Spanish friends. I got my black friends. You know what I mean? Like, it's not one like particular race that I'm only friends with.
Right.
I don't know what color is when it comes to people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what color is. Now, with some of the stuff that happens, like, in the world, I can just probably pick a race. You know what I mean? Like, when I hear teachers boning students, I'm like, she had to be white. Like, because one is, I don't remember none of my teachers, like maybe a handful of my teachers was even like decent enough to even for me to even look at that way. Number one. And two, it's like ain't no sister like boning no kid. You know what I mean? If they they not putting it out there.
Quick point of order. In the last month, I can't remember whether it was Philadelphia. I think it might have been Philadelphia. It was another teacher scandal. Teacher sleeping with a kid. This one, and it's the first and only one I see. This one was a black woman.
Was she the heavyset black woman?
Yes.
Yeah, she was nasty looking.
But I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Because I agree with you. Yeah. Look, because I've been seeing all these shit on the news, and I'm like, I was like, teachers didn't look like this when we was kids. Because some of them, I was like,
and the thing is, like, they be married with like careers,
families.
Like, families.
And I'm like, a little 15-year-old,
and a 15-year-old, like, what is really going on? Now, maybe they just not reporting that. I don't know, but the one black chick that I seen, I know what you're talking about. She was a good 280, 300 pounds.
She
like
was-
she was nasty. And she like the custodian or something. Like she didn't look like
She was BBW.
yeah,
sure.
she was nasty.
'Cause I'm like you, when we was kids teachers, I'm thinking about all the teachers I had.
It
So
was a few that I
can't even
think
count the
about.
cat. So in the Catholic school, it was all nuns. So and they was
Nah,
already
yeah.
old and wrinkled.
Yeah.
It wasn't nothing. Look, I take that there was one at Red.
I'm telling you,
It was one at
was
Red.
maybe
Miss
one
Chambers
you'd
was
be
fine
like-
as hell.
It was maybe one or two. You'd be
Yeah.
like, oh nah, I wish that was.
Right.
But I'm just saying. And then when they say anytime, most of the time, anything that come out of Florida, I know it's black people because Florida crazy. We need to just get Florida like its own little island. Like they just need to be their own island.
So the black delegation, we
For
gonna give
real,
Florida.
bro, just
we gonna
cut
trade
Florida off, man. Like Florida just need to be gated off. You know what I mean? But certain stuff I hear on the news, I know which race it is. But at the same time, like
But every now and then you get that curveball.
yeah, you do.
Remember the DC sniper?
Yeah,
Everybody
He
swore
was
up and
black.
down.
No.
But everybody swore up and down. He
He
was
was
white.
white. Yep, I did too. Soon as I was like, oh, here going another
Then it makes you
crazy
funny
white
when
man.
Dave Chappelle said that joke, you know, because Chappelle said, you know how I knew he was black? Because he said he kept taking weekends off. He wasn't killing.
Yeah.
It wasn't going down on the weekend.
Yeah,
So
man.
you get one every now and then that'll.
I never could understand like the racism from both sides, and I always wanted to like. I have
Let me ask you a question.
yeah.
And this is what fucks a lot of people up because they're really not true to it. Because if you think about it, if you're honest, who's more racist, black people or white people?
Ooh. See, that's a hard question because
In your opinion.
That's tough. I'm gonna say though, I've seen more racism from white people than I
Okay.
have black people. But here's the thing, and I'm not condoning it because it's not how I live, but I somewhat feel how black people can be racist from what we came from.
Right.
I understand angry black people not liking white people if you want to go back to the 400 years of slavery and what
Right.
they used to do
Right.
to our women and the kids and the lynchings and the hangings and how they just treat and how they just think that they're the superior race. You know what I mean? Like, I understand why black people would be angry and be racist. I'm not saying it's right, but I understand it. Now, white people,
But
you
see what-
can't sit here and tell me, no white person can sit here and tell me why they're racist. You
They
just can't explain it to me.
But to piggyback on your point, those same black people, those ones you talking about that are upset, I don't necessarily call them racist. Now, this might cause some flack and feedback for the cast, and I hope it does get people talking about it. I think in some ways, if anything, I think it's bitterness because we're still angry.
Yeah.
Because from a strictly racist standpoint, I think at times, black people, we can be a little more racist because we'll throw each other under the bus quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Are you talking about? See, yeah,
You
know,
see
you're
that?
right.
See, and in that, I'm
Yeah,
talking
no,
about
you're right.
just in that
Yeah,
aspect.
yeah.
I'll give it to you. What I will say, white people are definitely more publicly racist.
Yeah.
From a public standpoint, yeah, they're more publicly racist.
Because
Us within the community, we got this thing to where we will throw ourselves under the bus
yeah,
and not help. We won't help. That's part of the
Another
reason
black
sometimes. Yeah,
person.
that's part of the reason sometimes. Like certain like black businesses and certain things. That's why because we won't support ourselves.
yep, that's a fact.
And then when we try to support ourselves, the minute that'd be like you open a restaurant tomorrow.
Right.
We doing this podcast. I come to your restaurant. I'm not gonna come at you and ask for no discount.
Yeah, right.
This is what you're doing. This is what you're doing to make a living.
You're right.
You know,
You're
I'm gonna
right.
come. I'm gonna pay for my meal. I'm gonna hope maybe you give me
Yeah.
a free shot or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
But
yeah,
as far
yeah,
as my
yeah.
meal,
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
got
pay
you,
for
I
it because
got you, yeah.
this is your business. You're trying to establish something, and you're trying to create a legacy and do something for yourself, your family, this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
But then, I come in there, but because you won't give me a discount, I'll get on Facebook, Instagram, and trash your shit.
Yeah.
All because And the food might have been excellent, but I'm gonna
yeah.
trash your shit because you ain't give me nothing free.
See,
that's ignorant.
Nah, you right. I didn't even look at it like that because everybody wants some type of discount, like especially when they close to you.
Yeah,
they're always looking for some type of handout when it comes to it. So yeah, actually, I don't know if that's like considered racism.
That might be the wrong word.
Black people, but they definitely not supportive of black people.
We are selective as fuck,
yeah.
As who we support.
Super selective when it comes to who we support. Because, excuse me, my friend and I talk about it all the time. Like, cause she got her business popping, and I'm gonna do a little thing about that too. But she got her clothing line popping, right? Like, and the dresses and the clothes that she make is high quality stuff, right? But some of the people that she expected when she first started, that she expected to be buying her products are the same people that will pay $300 for a Gucci, you know what I mean, something Gucci or with the name brand on it. But you look at her stuff, if they put their name on it, it's gonna be just as good as a quality,
right?
You know what I mean? But they don't want to do it because it's just her. You know what I mean? Like, you're charging too much. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like, how am I charging too much? This dress is $100. Like, it's $150 for a 3-piece.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, go try to buy that at Gucci. And I'm like, Gucci don't, like, those higher ups, they don't worry about one specific person. You know what I mean? They just make stuff. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. Period. You know what I mean? I don't see too many commercials about Gucci and Fendi and Versace. Like, unless it's a cologne or something. Other than that, as far as the clothes and stuff, Balenciaga, I've never seen a Balenciaga commercial.
I haven't either.
It's too, they feel like they're too good. Like, they feel like their brand speaks for itself, so they don't have to do all that advertising.
And it's the same thing whether it's fat, just like restaurant. You don't see no commercials for, Roof Steakhouse.
You don't.
Or Morton's of Chicago.
You don't see none of that.
You see advertising for Red Lobster, Applebee's, all that other basic, conventional
stuff, yo.
Family affordable shit.
Yep.
Just like, here's something funny. I'm probably one of the few black people in America. I have never bought a pair. Let me rephrase that. I have never paid full price for a pair of Jordans. I have only owned 2 pair of Jordans my entire 41 years. Yeah. I have only owned 2 pair of Jordans. Yeah. Both pairs I got it was on clearance, on sale. So I only paid the very first pair I got them for $65. The Jumpmans I got a pair now. Don't have them on today. I got a pair now. I got them on the internet off of Finish Line. They was having a sale. They were normally about $160. They was having a sale. I got them with tax, I got them for like $85, $90. Because I refuse to pay over $90 for some tennis shoes. I can't do it.
But see, here's the thing, right?
But I'm just saying, to prove your point, it's funny what we'll spend.
Oh, absolutely. That's what I'm saying.
We'll go ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying.
For this over here.
But you won't do it for somebody that you've known or that you've known.
And that's fucking retarded.
You know what I mean? Like, because people still buying Jordans, which it blows my mind, because they release the same shoes every 5 years.
Yeah.
So it's like, this is going to come out again. Like,
they might add a new color to it every now and then. But it's the same.
Get out of here.
And you got people paying 2 and 3. Like, this whole, and maybe because I'm not into, you're looking at a guy that for the longest time, listen, I was the K-Swiss King. Yeah. I had every motherfucking color of K-Swiss. I had the black ones, the right ones. I had the Kool-Aid. There was a Kool-Aid one. I had the Kool-Aid ones. I had the camouflage pair. One of the reasons I would always get K-Swiss, okay, yeah, the price, because they was affordable and cheap. I don't care what you say. That was one of the most fucking comfortable tennis shoes on the earth.
Yeah. All right.
But I'm like you, like in this whole sneakerhead phase thing that's going on, these people paying $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 for a pair of shoes.
It's not sneakerhead. You're just retarded.
Right.
And forgive me if I offended anybody with that word, but it's just
y'all sneakerheads are stripping.
Yeah, they'll be bugging, man, paying all of that money for
that $4,000. You can put that up for a house, condo, get you some bonds.
Unless you already rich. If you already rich and you doing that's money to spend.
But then even then, it's like there's so much other shit you could be doing. Come on.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. No, I'm with you. All right, so so that's that racism from both sides. I got like 3 more questions, but that was topic of the day. That was 50 minutes long, so I got to do these other segments real quick to keep it under an hour. So we're gonna move on to the next segment. The next segment is Cinema Sit Down. This is where I tell y'all, you know what I mean, like what movies I've been watching, you know what I mean, during this quarantine. I hope y'all staying COVID free, you know what I mean. So what I've watched this week, or the last week and a half, there's a joint on Netflix called Coffee and Cream. It's like a comedy thriller. It's got Taraji in it, and the one dude that lost his tooth from
Hangover.
I
can't think of what his name is.
I can't think of his name either. But they like a couple, and her son don't want them to date, because he like forgot his keys to lock the door when he was going to school. He ran back in the house early in the morning, and they was in there boning, and he found them. So. So he trying to get the officer like killed. Like, it's hilarious. But Coffee and Cream is on Netflix. I happened to watch Bloodshot with Vin Diesel. It was okay. There was a lot of action in it, but it was just all right. You know what I mean? And I watched The Hunt, where they be hunting the humans or whatever.
I like The Hunt.
You liked it?
I thought it was okay.
That shit was terrible, man.
It could have been better.
It could have been better, right?
It definitely could have been better.
I like the action in it.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I'm
saying.
But it just, I don't know. It wasn't that great. Like, and then I watched. I'm a movie head, so I watch everything. I watched the Disney movie Onward, about the two brothers trying to find the little magic stick so they can bring their dad back for like a day or something. Yo, and the crazy thing about that is, it's like these Disney movies getting kind of heartfelt. Like, Money lost his dad before he grew up, like when he was in his mom's stomach, and then he never really had a pops. And all of the things that he wanted to do, he realized like his big brother was the person that he did them with.
Okay.
Like, it was a deep ass movie.
Like, okay,
you know what I mean? But it was actually, that was the best movie that I watched out of all three of these movies. Like the Disney movie Onward. It's on Disney Plus too, if y'all want to watch it. Like, so, The Hunt, Coffee and Cream, Bloodshot, Onward. And my junk that I'm on right now is Ozark.
Yes.
Ozark season 3.
Man.
I'm recapping, so I started Ozark all over again.
Oh, so you haven't watched the third season?
I haven't watched the third season yet. Don't tell me nothing. Don't say nothing.
Goodness. Okay.
Don't say nothing. I have not. I'm recapping, so I'm on season 2, probably episode 3 right now, I think. But I'm sure Ozark could be watched by the end of the week. I'm pretty sure, because I watch like two episodes a day. So Ozark season 3, y'all make sure y'all go check those out. All right. So that's Cinema Sit Down. We're gonna move right on over to Music Loop. Not a lot of good music came out, but I guess there's a few joints that came out. The kid Rod Wave, Uzziah sent me some music by him, so he's all right. I mean, he makes good music, but he's just not like one of the ones I would go to every day. But he's all right. Then my girl Kiana Lede came out. Her album is just a vibe. If you got a shorty over, or you just cleaning, or whatever the case may be, you know what I mean, you just put her on.
Hers is chill.
Yeah, it's a vibe.
I just downloaded it the other day.
It's a vibe. Chill. It's a vibe. And then Rich the Kid, I haven't listened to it, but I'm guessing he got some dance music on there. Y'all all on TikTok. That's all y'all doing. That's all I see. Everybody on TikTok this week or during this quarantine. Drake came out with his single, telling you to left foot slide, right foot slide. The Tootsie, I think it's called.
I wasn't a fan.
That's gonna blow up. I wasn't.
It is. He has that effect.
It's gonna blow up. It's gonna take off.
And I'm actually a Drake fan, but I wasn't feeling that one.
Yeah, I ain't really like it, but yeah, he got a single out called Tootsie. I'm sure y'all see that if y'all haven't seen it. And Frank Ocean has 2 singles out, which was a surprise. And those is just the weird Frank Ocean singles. They decent. It's not.
Where is he?
Yeah, nobody knows.
What is he doing?
Nobody knows. Everybody's still waiting for a Frank Ocean album.
He's fucking pulling a Chris Tucker.
For a fact, disappeared. So y'all make sure y'all go check those out. Rod Wave, Kiana Lede, Rich the Kid, Drake's joint, and Frank Ocean's joints. And with that being said, this is the last segment. This is Cheers. So we're gonna cheers it. I think we already got our drinks.
Yeah,
thank you guys for watching.
Appreciate you having me.
Yeah, man.
Subscribe. T's Tavern, baby. Trent's Tavern. I'm sorry.
Fact, yo.
Subscribe for
and
real.
He'll be back.
I'm coming back. As long as you don't have me, I'll be back.
Yeah, we back for at least another 3 episodes. Next week will be part 2 of this. So y'all stay tuned. Cheers y'all out, yo.
Take care of yourself. Stay safe.